with your energy harness. If I'm back in the corner, I might get the clicking until I just feel a nirvana. I see blood in the water, homies are gone, he couldn't see the piranhas. Got it hot as Nevada, I'm from the bottom, on treacherous timing. They'll pop your melon in front of those seas over that beef and broccoli. Window shopping, gotta sow your seeds, they wouldn't believe on all of the fruits that blossom. Got the enemy toppled, I got the energy turning like 20 more notches. I've been trusting the process, no other option really is bigger than me. Got infinity stones inside of me deep, and I let the chakras speak. I will not retreat, you can never compete, your flesh is way too weak. I've been healing, building, shedding skin till I make my way up. I'm out here stepping, repping, flow electric, time for the wake up. Got rid of them leeches, weakness, ain't no breaching, God is beside us. Still ride with a in the fleece, I'ma up my piece if you trying to divide us. Still count my blessings, lessons, by confessions, go to the high up. These ain't come from the cause, we different than breed. Warfare with spiritual forces, fighting the demons, really for lifers. I was stuck in the state of me trying to survive. I was ready to rise and ready to thrive and cut off the poisonous ties. Ain't no heart in the game, but even the courage we live in the wizard of...
It has been a season full of twists and turns, and it all reaches a crescendo here tonight as EA Sports so proud to welcome you to the marquee event of the NFL calendar, Super Bowl Sunday. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion New York Jets taking on the champions from the NFC, the Minnesota Vikings.
Will Riker to kick off.
The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And we are underway on Sunday Night Primetime.
Everything litty, I love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke out the knot. Got some more millies, I keep me a knot. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to diss me and it don't false. We call them choppers cause they gonna chop. Took her out of filers cause of hot. I run it like Nike, we got it on lock. Cardiac eye. I'm the boss man in a suit with no tie. I can't be, I gotta stay. Put me some in the counter that's dry. Riding in special like Bunny and Clyde. Don't worry, baby, I keep me some fire. Shenanigans and Birkin, she cannot decide. The ladies Mercedes here go to surprise. Don't sleep on Miss Lady, help ride. Bet while I'm gripping her side. Big and mad bet, this ain't regular size. We really fly, we like Pelican guys. You ain't slick, I can tell her the skies. Upgrade at my wrist, put baguettes in the sky. She think I might sign her and change her whole life. I told her to goggle and work on her highs. Everything litty, I love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke out the knot. Got some more millies, I keep me a knot. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to diss me and it don't fall. We call him choppers.
Money, I took the Billy cool back then I hopped in the car. I put the in front of the Billy in front of I'm in the coupe by myself. I had to kick her though when I was 5.
It has been a season full of twists and turns, and it all reaches a crescendo here tonight as EA Sports so proud to welcome you to the marquee event of the NFL calendar, Super Bowl Sunday. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion New York Jets taking on the champions from the NFC, the Minnesota Vikings.
Will Reichard to kick off.
The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And off we go here on Sunday night prime time. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
Ready.
Off the play fake. Mullins. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That'll give him 8 that time. And they'll be left with second and a couple. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who have been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Get it! Rig! 18 Cardinal!
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
It's 4th down.
And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon.
Ready! Cowboy 80!
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
60 Bison! 60 Bison!
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. loss of 2 there on the play. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
18, pioneer.
Another timeout called by the Vikings now. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Third down and 10.
Deputy. Front row 80. Warriors 70. Ready?
They'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. That is caught. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. But Charles, did it seem like to you that maybe they were a little worried about his running prowess there? Because everybody kind of froze when he got outside the pocket, and they were able to throw it for the first down.
Absolutely, and you work all week getting ready for a game, and you know that the potential is there for him to run it, but you better take care of those receivers downfield. They can hurt you first.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 10.
60 Eagles, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. 19 Lions, 79 Broncos, 60 Mavericks, 60 Mavericks. Buffalo 18, Panther 11, Panther 11.
Now back to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown! A 24-yard touchdown. And the Jets are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Mullins. To the right side and caught by Dell. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Ratio Turton, 65 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We got to get it back.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. The interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
70 superbowl.
Right back to him on first down. And he's got some space here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. Under a minute to go, clock running, and a back-and-forth first quarter of play.
Cowboy 80. Trap 60. Trap 60. Dragon 60. Ready?
They go play action here on first down. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll be touched down to the end, but a big play on that one.
That's a big league job there, getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up first and goal.
So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Let's go now. Viking 18. Ready?
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. 7-7, our score after 1. Welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year, Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal.
Get it. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Let's go.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Third and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl.
Tag. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Ready?
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Looking into the raindrops, and he muffs it. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. We often poke a little fun at running backs past the age of 30. Oh, they're getting old, they can't run anymore. What he's showing, past the age of 30, you can still have some nice runs like that.
You certainly can, and I think that we're starting to expand our definition of old running back. Because it used to be as soon as they hit 30, we want to get rid of these guys and go to the younger guys. But now that the guys are taking such great care of themselves, as you pointed out, you can still get explosive runs at any age.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Ready! Crack all 80.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down.
19 tight. 19 tight. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
Operating from the gun. Mullins working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 23. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. On first down, he'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Tootin. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
Ready! 70 Lions! Ready!
Back to throw again. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down. 2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Cougar 19, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat, Warrior 70, 18 Pioneer. Ready?
Back to throw. Mullins. He'll try and do this himself. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
19 Tiger, trap 60, trap 60. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Let's go.
Back to throw now on first down. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can find only to about the 4.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Hey, smash Bronco! Go with him, go with him.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down.
18 Cardinal, Panther 60, Panther 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Ryan
Here's Ryan Fitzgerald to try the field goal.
This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And his kick is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
19 likes, Mustang 19. Ready, right?
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
18, Pioneer. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Buffalo 18. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Ready?
Back to throw here. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Viking 18. Warriors 70. Panther 11, Panther 11, go!
They're going to look to throw. And got his man complete. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Ryan Fitzgerald set to kick off.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
60 Vikes.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Third down and 6.
Here we go, here we go. Huh. Trap 60, trap 60.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 54 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
In motion, the tight end.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Oh, and that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Cougar 19. 79 Broncos. They crash. Buffalo 18.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Cut 19, cut 19. Go.
Now they'll run on the ball. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
A 50-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side said, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same, because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Leads to second and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Trap 60, trap 60. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Warrior 70. 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready,
Operating from the gun, Mullins. And his throw is incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Ready. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. 19 Lions.
Out of the gun now on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
The Vikings send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on fourth down.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Pioneer. Ready.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So not only do they convert on fourth, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
At the 43-yard line.
Get it. 70 line. Mustang 19.
They'll look to throw again. Room to maneuver at the 35. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Come on, come on.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Completes it to Ellison to the right side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are an extra point away from taking the lead in the Super Bowl. Extra point right down the middle. And that will put them on top here in the third.
Jets, 16.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Cup 19. Cup 19. Dragon 60. Buffalo 18. 79 Broncos.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. Here's a give up the middle. Down the right sideline. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. 40 yards. And the Jets have regained the lead in the second half of this Super Bowl. Big play coming now for the Jets as they'll set up to go for 2.
60 Eagles, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. 19 Lions, Warriors, 70, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
They'll try and throw for it. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And it is incomplete, so they can't convert for 2. And now the lead stays at 5. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And this one fielded in the end zone. It will be returned, so it'll come out to the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And we're at the time of this Super Bowl where, look, they need points, and they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 33-yard line.
Okay, ready? Ready? Press all 80.
Operating from the gun, Mullins. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
And it's 3rd down.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up.
60 Bison, 60 Bison, 18 Pioneer. Panther 11, Panther 11. Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll try and do this himself. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Returnable here from the 38. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A 1-score game. 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. 131 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Let go.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Jets are starting to pull away in the 4th quarter of this Super Bowl. Point after, right down the middle. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Come on, 19 Lions, Cougar 19. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
2nd and 13.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Mullins.
He'll get this out to Tootin.
And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
70, Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Well, the defense circling now, 4th down and 7.
60 Vikings, 60, 79 Broncos.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
Let's go. Go.
Off play action. Mullins.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Bronco, 3. Cup 19, Cup 19.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Let's go now.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Now he'll tuck this and run. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Cougar 19. Hey, Cash. Ready.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Cowboy 80.
Throwing to start the drive. Mullins. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Here's 1st down.
And the Vikings, first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Back to throw. Mullins. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
7 Pirates.
And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. Over the middle, complete. That's Thompson. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
This is 1st and 10. Get it. Warriors 70. Ready, right?
Operating from the gun. Mullins. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. And the Jets come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And the New York Jets have won the Super Bowl. And the Lombardi Trophy will be in the Big Apple. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
Commissioner Goodell going to hand the Lombardi Trophy to the New York Jets. On top of the world, they are your Super Bowl champions. So that'll do it for another remarkable season of the NFL on EA Sports. For my partner, Charles Davis, all of our crew, for all of you at home, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll do it all again come the fall. Till then, good night from the Super Bowl.
bring it to you cowards, then it's gonna be quick. Alright, all your men have been to jail before? Whoa. And all the motherfuckers you run with, get done with, dumb quick. You gon' approach the dog with some bump. Alright, they go to click. Now I'm 1-1. All over some dump. Ain't that something? It's remind me of clubs. Every time you come around, it's like, I just gotta get my. And I don't know who the you think you talking to, but I'm not him, right? Slim, so watch what you do, or you gon' find yourself next to someone else. And we all thought you loved yourself, but that couldn't have been the issue. Or maybe they just saying that now cause they miss you. Try to diss you. That's why you laying on your back, looking at the roof of the church. Preacher telling the truth and it hurts. Y'all gon' make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me go all out. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me act a fool. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me lose my cool. Up in here, up in here. Off the chain, I leave soft in the brain. Still want the fame, off the name. First of all, you ain't rap long enough to be